Hey Mustafa, I hope you're doing well. Please send hi to your family from me. Let me just show you what I mean, like what are the different use cases that I found for the Apple Watch. Let me just show you really fast. Okay, here's my Apple Watch, and there's a few things. First of all, let me just start with the watch faces. So I made it in a way that I have like groups of items that I do together. So for example, I have my LiftX, so when I'm gonna sleep, I have it easily accessible. Like this is the one that I mainly use. But if I want to quickly do something with my light bulbs, I can just click here and then I can turn on and off my light bulb. So that's pretty handy. I can also start workouts, see how many of the hours I've been standing or not, like very easily, very fast. And I can also, start a meditation session if I'm feeling a bit stressed or something. Also, I have the timer here. I use timers a lot. So for example, you usually use Siri to use a timer. And then if it's the case that I don't remember what my timer was at, or I want to check that it's the timer is still going, I can quickly just do like this, and then I can see the amount of timer there. Otherwise, on my main watch face, I think it's super cool. Like I downloaded this app called Remote Battery, and what it does is it allows me to know the battery of my Apple Watch and my iPhone all in one place. So on my watch screen, this is the Apple Watch, this is my iPhone, and I get custom reminders. Like I can choose at what percentage to get like notifications. So I actually try to increase the battery span of my Apple Watch and of my iPhone just by putting reminders to stop charging at 80% and start charging at 40%. So that should prolong my battery life by 2 to 3 times. Otherwise, I have my sleep here, so I always know if I slept well or bad. And this is an app called Sleep Watch. So if I click here, I can see my Sleep Watch score, how I slept this night, my overall sleep. I can see how many hours I slept, if my 3-day sleep target is okay. Also my sleep heart rate, my heart rate dip, my restful sleep rhythm. And also I can say whether I felt rested when I woke up or not. And it gives me like all kinds of insights on what I should do to get like a better quality sleep. And then another thing that is super cool is I use this app called TickTick. So this here helps me organize what to do, to do tasks. So right here, I have to do these things. Today I have to do all these things here. There's like different dates. I can do categories, so I can see all today, next 7 days, or inbox. If I want to add a task, it's very easy. Create use case for Mustafa for Apple Watch 4. So, so I just did this. So I have my task here, I can complete. I can also change the day to tomorrow or so on. And it gives me reminders. I think it's very good. Like I started implementing this, like I feel I'm way more productive when I create daily tasks. And the cool thing is that it's on my watch face. So I always know today there's 8 things that I still need to do. And as I complete them, this little circle turns and tells me, I'm doing a good job. Otherwise, I have messages here. So I always know how many messages are on my, what is it called? Like on my queue, right? Otherwise, here on the top, you can see that I have like an event happening. So I have kind of calendar. So I'm really happy with this watch face. I think it gives me all the most important details that I would like to know. Otherwise, I have Siri here. So, if I want just a little bit of everything, it's easily approachable. And I can also, just use Siri a bit easier. Like I use it a lot actually for a lot of things. And then here is my kind of, I don't know, this watch face, I don't use it too much. It's more like I just like the look of it, like all in black. And then I have the walkie-talkie, I have navigations. Like the idea was to use this when I'm unicycling. And then this one here, I just think it looks cool. And here, it's also kind of a unicycling watch face, which has like my unicycle app here. I can connect to my unicycle and know the speed, battery level, all that kind of stuff. I also have my remote battery here. So those are my kind of watch faces. I also have, how many subscribers I have on my YouTube. But this watch face is also kind of like a trial. I don't really use it that much. I think this kind of shows the majority of my use case, really. But another thing is that I'm doing a lot of CrossFit. So whenever I do CrossFit, I come here in my activity, and I always put to 1 hour because at the gym it's always 1 hour, and I try to keep it exactly at 1 hour so that I can easily compare all my different workouts, so I know by number of calories burned what workouts were the toughest. I also use it a lot for tracking my unicycle ride, so I know where I've been, how many kilometers, how long it took. I also use it to yoga once in a while. So I just love having, you know, all my fitness in one device. I stopped using my Garmin watches completely. This is my only fitness device. I also don't have the Fitbit anymore, which I'm really happy about. Like, I always remember that story you told me of that guy that like you showed up at work was like one watch here, an activity tracker here, and he was like, hey, like, do you have any other ones? Like, do you track something like down there, you know? Like, I always laugh like when I think about that story. So, you know, it's good to have just one fitness device for everything, and it works really well. And then maybe I can just show you quickly apps-wise what I use a lot. I have a counter app, which, you know, it's easy to count things depending, you know, if you're doing anything that requires counting. I think it's a very good app. I also have a YouTube subscriber count, so I can see, you know, Tech Life, Casual Tech, UCverse. I can see all my YouTube channels, how many subscribers they're doing. I use Withings scale. Like, I don't really use this much, but you know, like I would be able to see my weight, etc., which is kind of cool. I have this app here that is really good to just do quick voice memos. I used to use it a lot for fueling my motorbike. Knowing how many liters of fuel I did, I would just say it by voice here and then add it to the app later. There's also this one that I think is really cool where you know your altitude. It works like pretty okay, like a little bit slow on the updates, but you also get like, you know, the pressure and all that. I think it's kind of like a nice app. Otherwise, let me see. Messenger, super useful. City Mapper, super useful. You know, like if you're getting the tube, etc. Like it actually works really, really well. I don't know if you already used that. Let me see. And Sigic, I don't use it too much, but it's kind of nice. It's like if I plan a route on my phone, I get navigation here. You know, it can be kind of useful. So, you know, actually not too many more apps. There's one app here that I like. Basically it tells me exactly what speed I'm doing at any point. So sometimes if I'm in a train or something and I'm curious how fast we're going, I just open this up and I can have a quick look. So, you know, apps wise, this is pretty much it. But I think it's more that whole kind of, you know, customizing the watch faces in a way that I'm happy about. And there's a few extra features that I really enjoy, like the battery, the to-dos, and the sleep. But yeah, so that's it. I know this was like a mouthful, freaking 8 minutes of video just to explain all my stuff. But because I spent a lot of time kind of optimizing this, I just thought making a video would be the easiest way to show you and explain you kind of my use cases. So yeah, I hope you're doing great. I hope to see you soon. Like both your whole family is invited to come here to Copenhagen and hang out at some point. I would recommend maybe, you know, looking at tickets for the summer or something. That would be super cool. Anyway, have a good one, and I'll talk to you later, Mustafa.